Hey, what's going on, YouTube? I know it's been a while, but we are definitely back, bringing you another great episode of Dun Dun Dun, Dun the podcast. Yes, sirree, it's the podcast, joined by none other than these two great fellows over here. You guys want to go and introduce yourselves?
What's up, YouTube? It's Packy Rican Stunner here.
How's it going, Vengeful Torture?
Oh yes, Vengeful Torture, the man behind Monster Hunter, anything and everything Monster Hunter. Go check out his channel, of course. If you guys, any fans out there, I'll go ahead and leave a link in that description. So go ahead and check that out. It's good stuff. So today we're gonna go ahead and hop right into things. We got three topics we're gonna talk about. One being Killzone 3. That was all released already, and they're already talking about DLC, which is kind of, I'm not too sure if I enjoy that, but you know, what can you do, right? All of us here has beat the campaign, put a good amount of time into multiplayer, and we all have the platinum. Hey yo, everybody's got the platinum in this bad boy. Look at that.
Big work on that game.
Big work indeed. So that's gonna be the first thing. Second thing we're talking about is pretty much the Call of Duty maps, which will
First Strike.
Yeah, First Strike, which will be narrowed down mainly to Ascension, because that's where it's at.
Yeah, because multiplayer is no.
Nah, I ain't feeling that anymore.
Just a no.
Not feeling
Yep.
it. We'll get into that a little later. And the last thing we're talking about, which has a plethora of information going out right now, is the highly anticipated Resistance 3. So we're going to go ahead and hop right into things with Killzone. Carl, go ahead and kick us off with Killzone. What'd you think about it, man?
First off, I'll just touch on the campaign right now. We'll get to multiplayer in a sec. But campaign was great. I really like the way they did it. It picked up exactly where Killzone 2 left off, like literally exactly where it left off, which I really like in a story like that. The whole time the storyline was great. They brought in new characters, but the way they did it, it was like they planned it out completely, which they probably did from the beginning anyway. It was very, I don't want to say gradual, but it was very smooth. The whole aspect of the campaign was just, great. The way it flowed, the cover system was improved. They put in the slide in there, which was great, hurtling over things. I absolutely loved the game. Totally, getting the platinum was so much fun compared to Killzone 2, but maybe that was because Elite was so easy.
Yeah, that was a real pushover compared to Killzone 2.
It really was. But immediately when you pick up Killzone 3, you start up the game and you see the opening cutscene or the opening video, and you're just like, wow, these graphics are amazing. It's completely set apart from any other, at least shooter. You have, I don't want to bring Uncharted into this because that's leave its own, but from most games, the graphics are just so much better. I mean, especially in a first-person shooter, and you have all the fast-paced motion going on, but the attention to detail, everything like that is just, it's pretty impeccable.
Right. Denise, pretty much agree, or what do you think about the campaign?
Campaign was good.
Yeah.
The only thing, I guess, like you said, the Elite run was pretty simple.
Yeah.
Although for me, I didn't do the same way you guys did for Killzone 2. I only beat the last boss, and I got the Elite run through, so that was cool. But it was alright. One thing was that doing that co-op run through, I thought it was gonna be a lot shorter. It was a lot longer than I expected, but
yeah.
I don't know. I wish it was online. I would have been.
Yeah,
I wish the co-op was online. I would have enjoyed it a lot more.
They split the screen. I hate the way they split the screen like that.
Yeah, not utilizing the whole screen as it is. That's just ridiculous.
I mean,
They'd make two boxes.
Yeah, it would have at least make it full screen for the boxes. Like, why do I have black bars around this? That doesn't make sense. That's just dumb. Like a waste of my screen. Like, spend all this money on a TV and it's not getting used up because whatever.
You gotta
reason,
sit 2 inches in front of it to see what you're fucking doing too.
Yeah.
No, I'm just guessing here, but maybe it's because the way the frames per second.
It probably is.
That's
why they said they couldn't do it in Killzone
okay,
2.
well, I guess you guys get what I'm saying. So, but the multiplayer, it's seeing how we already had so much hands-on time with it. We had
Yes, we did.
closed beta. We had for, I believe, a little bit less than a month,
Yeah.
and then we had the open beta, which was again for I think 2-3 weeks.
Yep.
You know, same map that we played on, and we're
Same
basically just
map
know
over
that
and
map.
over.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Oh,
so we know how the multiplayer works. It's changed progressively, but we still able to pick it up very quickly.
Yeah.
And
hmm
little things here and there that of course they have more than enough time to fix because the game's new,
Right.
and there's not many things ahead of us that we will say, oh God, I can't wait for this to come out so we can drop Killzone 3 so we're still enjoying it.
Right. Yeah.
So
Definitely.
get
what
renewed enjoyment as the patches
what
come out for it too.
what they need to do is capitalize on the time they have because they're lucky. Black Ops is already out. Major competitors multiplayer wise are
They're
basically out of the way.
sight. Yeah.
They're not they're very far ahead. Even competitors within their own company, as in PlayStation, is not. They're not in front of them. So just I hope Gorilla takes advantage of the time they have, because if they do their updates properly, then we will be definitely pushing out a lot of months on
No.
Killzone
Yeah.
3. So I just hope that they do that because Killzone 2 had a few problems that they still didn't update even towards the end. So I just hope that they just do their updates properly and space them out accordingly. Because sometimes, like, they gave us an update the first day, that was great, but some developers wait 2-3 months to do another one sometimes. But
Right.
their forum is active and they're putting a lot of stuff out saying that they're gonna update it. So
I mean,
I'm
Gorillas, they have that history though. Like, if you remember from Killzone 2, like, we got massive updates in the first, month or two that it was out, which was, I mean, that's, it's great. I mean, it lets you know that, you're
They're
still
listening and
being supported.
responding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, they're still supporting their game after launch, which is, you know, every company says they're going to, but it just doesn't seem like some do. And Guerrilla Games, they do a great job of that in my eyes. But
Definitely.
now,
absolutely.
in my eyes, though, I'm kind of torn between multiplayer because there's a lot of things that I love about the multiplayer, and then there's some things that I can't believe aren't there. Um, Starting with something I love is the new party system. The party system is great. I don't think I've had really any issues with the party system. It really works flawlessly. Basically, I mean, people join it. You join a game. Everybody usually gets in the game, and I think I've maybe one experience, maybe two, where someone didn't get in the game, and ironically enough, that's usually Dylan. So I don't know.
That internet.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah, Alma Internet. No, not yeah, Alma Internet and Alabama Internet. Apparently, you can get one and the same. I'm pretty sure they share the same servers. So far
Most
apart,
likely.
some same shitty. I don't know. But I love the party system. You don't have to worry about everybody backing out at a certain time. The party leader doesn't have to back out first or anything like that. You back out, you go back to that main party screen, and then you can wait for the rest of your party to get there. The party leader will search for a new game. Bada bing, bada boom, you're done. Works great. It really does. One thing I am very upset about is that there's no custom music anymore. Which I know for me that was one thing I loved from Killzone 2,
Yeah,
and
I love that too.
I was really looking forward to it, especially with the beaches. Mixing it, perfectly. I think it would really really been nice. And for some reason or another, it didn't make the cut. I don't know if again because it's because of resources and processing power or what, but
Damn 3D.
yeah, that's my
Yeah.
guess. Move in 3D
Really took
kind
some
of
chunks out of it.
ate up the resources for it, and we didn't get our music, which kind of sucks. I mean, it was really something to look forward to, especially with, if you're not really trying to play online against people, you're just doing bots or whatever. And,
Yeah.
that was something that I know I did a lot in Killzone 2 after pretty much in Killzone 2, for people that don't really know me, I was ranked in the top, 300 for the first 3 to 4 months it was out. I was highly ranked, and I I pretty much just burned myself out from the multiplayer. I got so sick of it, and I just started running bots. Pretty much, we put the bots on Elite, and we
Yeah. Yeah, that's that. Now that I
That's
think of it,
something right there.
that's exactly what we did.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad when you think of
Yeah.
it. Like, I don't know if it's sad, but
I
man,
mean,
people were so scrubs. Like the
yeah, they
multiplayer
were.
was so easy mode
Yep.
that we just were like, okay,
I mean, we just
what are we doing
we
here?
needed
So
something
I-
refreshing. So when we got it, we just played
Yeah.
the mess out of it. It came out right before spring break. That's how I ended up getting in the top 1% or whatever it was.
That's
for
how
that
we all
trophy.
got in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It came out right
one
before spring
thing.
break, so we
The,
got
the thing was that
played the
it
mess
was
out of it.
it was trophies to get into the 1%, then like the 2 and the 3.
Mhm.
And I remember we were like, all right, we need to get. We're all trying to get this platinum, and I mean, I know, you like you said you were ranked high. I know I was ranked pretty high too. Like my
Yeah.
KD was really good and I played
Right.
well. So like trying to get into those 2% during those weeks was like impossible for the first month
Yeah.
because we kept getting in the top 1% and they wouldn't let us get into the 2 and 3.
Well, it
But-
wasn't until after like the first or second patch that they stacked. Remember, because the
Yeah.
problem was that it
Yeah.
wasn't stacking. So like if you got the 1%, you know, realistically you would think, okay, I should get the 2 and 3% also, and that wasn't happening for some reason. So we actually had to get the first percent twice, and actually I'm pretty sure we ended up getting the first percent like the first month it was out, but. Well, except for that first week, because the first week I got like 3% because I only had a couple days of time to play. But so yeah, I mean, it was just stuff like that that really irks me. I know for me at least, we play a lot of operations. We love operations, and there's only 3 damn maps, one of which we don't even like. So, well,
Can't see a damn thing at that map.
yeah, I guess
Yeah.
that's much that we don't really like it. We just enjoy the other ones more.
Hmm.
I mean, there's stuff in. All right, so the map I'm talking about that we don't like really is we call it Dorito Drift,
Dorito Drift, yeah,
which
absolutely.
we call it that because at the beginning, the first cutscene, it looks like the bullets were just so horribly rendered, and
Yeah, they-
I
Really are.
don't know if they were modeled that way or if they were rendered that way, but
They
either
just
way,
look like nacho chips
Yeah, they
being
really
shot
do,
at the
like-
the what are they called?
The cruisers.
The
Yeah,
cruisers, and then they get shot down. The
And-
map's called Snowdrift, so
Yeah, it's called
you take
Snow
the
Drift.
snow out,
we call it
put the
Dorito
Doritos
Drift.
in.
And I made this comment before, but like I'm wondering, like because for people that don't know, I am in the game design field in school, so I know this process, and I'm wondering like who the art director was that looked at this render and was like, oh yeah, that's great, put that in for the final. And I'm just like who in the fire that motherfucker? What in the hell was that? This guy doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
And
Good
it's
Lord.
not even something they can like patch. It just looks
It's just
terrible.
It just
But
it really does.
gives us a
2D
I
I'll,
guess
I'll
it
see
just
if
gives
I,
us.
I'll see if I have a recording of it, or I'll make sure to get one before I post this up.
Yeah.
And you guys
And
will
show
have
it.
that. So you should be
But
looking at it sometime around this area.
It
we're
gives
talking
us a
about.
laugh.
It really
It gives
does
us a
every
laugh,
time.
and
Every time.
that plus losing as Hellgast on the last round, that
Oh,
is
we love
it's
that. That's
the
hilarious.
funniest
so funny.
cutscene.
It's
Love
hilarious.
losing.
I swear to God, like if we get that, we play Hellgas. I almost just want to purposely lose it, just because
lose
it's
on
that
that last
funny.
round. It's so
It is
amazing.
hilarious. All right, enough about me. What do you guys? Well, Anisha already talked about it pretty much, but Carl, what do you think for multiplayer?
Multiplayer is pretty cool. You obviously got the issues with the early game release and everything like that, and they're gonna fix a lot of stuff. But a few things that I really don't agree with what they did, and I know they're listening to their fan base and really trying to make a nice, well-rounded game. But the mounted weapons, like the Wasp, like I don't understand why that needs to be in multiplayer.
Yeah,
I mean, you get those things, posted at the other sides of the map, and you can just, I mean, they're homing rockets on burst mode. Like, you can't get more cheap than that.
or the the big burst, like I don't even know what the hell you want to call it, the secondary, where it locks on and
Yeah, well, the secondary is a
it shoots
fucking
up
mortar
and-
strike.
Yeah,
You can
exactly.
you can
yeah,
choose
yeah.
where to throw that thing. So
Yeah, and
one
it
of
locks
example
on
is
also.
Solomon Market. Like the first night I played that, I was like, oh my god, why is this?
Yeah.
My screen shaking so much. I was about to have a goddamn epileptic seizure. Like
Right.
it was horrible.
Does it ever reload, or you just keep firing?
No, it's infinite ammo.
Yeah, infinite ammo with
Like, it has to reload.
9
Well,
shots,
yeah,
but
yeah, it has to
3 for each
reload,
burst.
No, but that's what I mean. You have to reload the
Yeah,
actual.
takes a few seconds.
After either the big secondary shot or after you fire all the rockets, kind of like in campaign.